Evaluation, not to give a grade, but to accompany the student in his learning and to help him reach that competence of self-confidence and self-knowledge, which, as I have already said, to me is almost what seems to me to be the most important. When I finished university, I used to go to job interviews and they would ask me, what are your strengths and weaknesses? I had no idea what to say. And I, in addition, as I had always been an A and B student, I didn't understand why they didn't select me. It was a reality shock to say, what happened to my success? I now realize that I lacked a series of competencies that I have had to work on throughout my life. Well, our students have to live with that knowledge. Now they have to know what competencies they have to believe in themselves. And they have to know that they still have to work on some things, but above all, that if they work on them, they will improve. I will tell you how. I do it in the simulated company, which is precisely what I have worked on the most. Say, I start with an initial evaluation that, apart from giving us a starting level of competencies, what it indicates to the student is, this is what you are going to be evaluated, and this is what you have to pay attention to. Then there is formative assessment, which for me is part of the learning. Every time students change departments, we do a performance evaluation. And in that performance evaluation, well, we discuss, I have seen these competencies, you have seen these other ones. And in a way, it serves as a guide. And then there is a final evaluation that he is used to give a grade, and also for the student to know at the end what he has achieved and what he still has to achieve. To do this, I use Rubrics, which is an add-on for Google Spreadsheets. And I like it because it allows the student to evaluate himself, to be co-evaluated by his peers. And if there are several teachers, as is often the case in the simulated company, we can all evaluate them as well. Because something I have not talked about, but I also think it is very important in the evaluation of competencies, is co-teaching. In the simulated company, I am fortunate that I am often not alone, but there are many teachers who offer different perspectives and, above all, different observations of what the students' competencies are, and we can better accompany them in this process. Here you can see the rubric. I hope you can see it. Are you seeing it? Is it okay? It's just because I've changed screens. I have more or less made an adaptation of the competencies between Entrecomp to the reality of the simulated company, so that the students have an explanation of what each of the competencies is. As I said, they fill it in, their classmates fill it in. The teachers who are with them fill it in as well. And with all that, I don't know where I have gone. With all that, the same tool gives you some results. I have removed the names of the students, but this is an example of evaluation. Each competency can be given any percentage you want. Here you can see, compared to how his peers have evaluated him, how his peers have evaluated him, how he has evaluated himself, how the teacher has evaluated him for each of the competencies. At the end, you get a grade, which you can vary these percentages, and you can add comments. And from here, a report is generated and sent to the student. And so, well, I have already said that for me, the issue of, I think it is very difficult to do it in a fair manner. In fact, this year I have included a novelty, which is that I am starting to ask them to keep a blog, so that in the performance evaluation, apart from my diary, they have theirs and we can discuss. Well, I demonstrated my creativity this day. so that they can also do a reflection exercise on the competencies they are acquiring or on the competencies they are acquiring. And nothing as far as I'm concerned, that's all. I don't know if you want to ask me anything. I think I have skipped 1,000 things, but well, thank you very much, Sandra. It's incredible, all the projects that you carry out and all the effort of your students.